So, what's the plan? Well, life continues here at the farm, but as for my vlog and project work towards figuring out what I'm doing with all this fabric, all that kind of had to be put on hold as family comes first. So, you'll here's a bit of footage where I'm actually doing some sewing, but it is farming related sewing. And let me go ahead and just speed this up because this took me over an hour. I had three feed bags to mend and to put extensions on two of them. We have 3 horses, and one horse has a very long, elongated face. And when we purchased the feed bags, they just do not fit her shape of face. I have to put a slit down the side because of where the wideness of her jaw is, and then the strap has to be extended. So I'm putting about a 10-inch piece of I'm not sure what kind of fake leather it is, or plastic, or vinyl. I'm not sure what it is. But what I'm trying to do in these images is I'm trying to use the little holes that were originally stitched into this piece. The strap was actually a upcycle from Goodwill. So I had gone to Goodwill and bought purses. And I didn't care necessarily what the purse fabric itself looked like. What I was going for was strap, the type of material the straps were made out of, and especially was looking for certain type of clasp and buckles. And so, well, my husband went and bought 3 more feed bags, because when you feed a horse, they are not the neatest of creatures. They get kind of slobbery, and you have to wash the feed bags every time you use them. Well, we had been using 3 feed bags before, and I had stitched one of those before to fit this awkward looking head on the horse, which doesn't look bad, but whenever you're trying to put a little quarter horse feed bag on a Clydesdale, it does present challenges. But I highly suggest feeding horses with feed bags because it reduces waste. But I digress. I'm kind of going on a tangent. That is something for the farming videos. And, now I think about it, maybe I should just go ahead and make a farming video of me sewing oat bags and put that on our other YouTube channel, our homesteading farming YouTube channel. And I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Oh, guys, let me tell you, it's been a little challenging to find time to do video making. I have purposely held off on processing any of the stash until I can get time for filming a portion of it, because I don't want to let you guys miss out on the journey of processing this mountain of fabric. But I kind of felt like I have gone a period of time without checking in, and just want to let you know I am sewing. Here is video evidence. I am sewing. What you're seeing too, that bit of thread that I'm working with, this is not top shelf, as we say in bartending school. This is not top shelf thread. This is thread that I also salvaged from a pair of pants that I took a seam ripper to and this long piece of polyester thread came right up in a full long length. Well, I wasn't going to throw that away, and here I am actually using some of the salvaged polyester thread from where I did some seam ripping. And the horses don't care if it matches in color or not. And this also helps me because I can see what I'm stitching. I'm going against that black. You'll also notice that there are two pairs of scissors coming in and out of the scene here. The green handled ones you see there on my side, those are my good fabric scissors, and they too are not top shelf scissors. I got those from Walmart, but I keep them isolated from the herd of scissors that are mingling around the house. Once scissors become kind of dull or the handle breaks, they end up kind of going outside the house, like for garden work or for cutting horsehair or just general utility. But before they get to, so nothing really goes to waste around here. That's just good farm economy. But the green handle scissors, I've had those for a good long while. They're still very sharp. They've kept their edge. I believe it is a Walmart brand, like a Westcott or something like that. I guess I'd have to look it up. But the other pair of scissors you're seeing floating around are just some kid craft scissors. They're black and red. You'll see them come in and out every now and then to the shots. But I use those for things I don't want to sacrifice that edge of my other scissors. So like when I'm cutting the vinyl strap to size for this feed bag, those are the scissors I'm using. The past week, I've been focusing my time towards getting my house in order before the holidays start up. There's a sequence of events, like life events that we celebrate. We've got a birthday, we've got a wedding anniversary, we've got Halloween, then there's a small lull, and then we've got the Thanksgiving, Christmas crazy that a lot of people also experience. So I'm sure everyone can relate what I'm doing here with time crunch. So I do apologize for not getting some videos out, but I'm sure that most people out there can relate and understand, and I thank you. But the weather around here has been changing. So we've gone from the hot weather to the fall, and we're going full force into winter. I've been taking a lot of advantage being outside as much as I can. Won't be long, we'll be having a lot of rain, some dreariness. There won't be this wonderful sunshine bouncing in the room that you see there. And knowing that the sunlight and the day length is going to be changing, and my desire to be outside and whatever weather has come, I try to take advantage of that. So there's a kind of a priority thing. Do I want to stay inside and work on videos at a desk, or do I want to just take advantage of the dry weather? It gets terribly muddy around here. We have a heavy clay soil, and once it gets wet, y'all, it stays wet. And it's a good time to, when everything's dry, it's a good time to get out in the garden and do some weeding before the cold sets in. I have a cold frame set up, so there's some vegetation that I wanted to protect. I've been getting in the last harvest from the potato patch that we have, and that's just what's been taking up my time. But I do manage, as seen above, I do manage to get some sewing in. The only caveat is that it tends to be mending or emergency sewing. But don't worry, I'm going to be having some creative time because it is soon to begin the cold weather and the rain. and I'm hoping I'm going to stick to that idea. I actually get a bit of anxiety that I'm letting down an audience. You know, like, oh my goodness, I need to get some more videos out there and posted and let people see the process of this. And it's also good. It's good pressure. It's not a bad stressor, even though it does cause some anxiety. It is a bit of coaxing me out of my comfort zone to do something, to take on a challenge that I'm really wanting to do. And in order to achieve what I'm wanting to do, I'm having to find some new skills, as in time management. In order to get the garden ready for next spring, I've got to put the time towards the hardscape and the weeding and getting everything ready for winter. And when it comes to family, you know, sometimes kids rip their blue jeans, or they get a hole in their hoodie pocket, and that stuff needs to happen before it gets ripped up even worse. I swear, I've got one child currently. He gets a little quarter-size rip in his pants one day, and if I don't get on top of that, it might as well become cut-off shorts in about a week. He just likes to continue to rip the injury to the pants further and further and further. It drives me nuts, but you know, a pair of cut-off pants in the summer, there's no harm in that, I guess. Speaking of cut-off pants, I actually have some that I need to hem. I actually have some shorts that need to be hemmed, where I've cut them off already. Part of me says, well, if I get that mending done, if I get those hems put in there, I'm going to get that stuff off my mending stack, and I'll be able to have more room towards packing the fabric from the sewing project. But another part of me says, well, why don't we just grab some of that sewing material out of the stash and start making something and getting it out into the world, and that will get it out of the stash. Decisions. And they're decisions that have to kind of be a low priority. The fact that I can try to get about 3 hours a day to myself, sometimes that doesn't happen. There's days when those 3 hours have to be spent helping with the horses, or fixing something that has broke at the barn, or trying to beat the rain before something happens outside. And those kind of things do come first. This is a real life kind of vlog. So I want to thank everybody for following along and listen to me tell this story. And I am going to be getting a video of working on sorting out the stash, because I'm really curious as to what exactly might be in this pile that I have not seen yet. Possibly hasn't been seen by many people for a long time.